Hickok 45 here. Guess what? I'm in the mood to shoot something. Let's do that. Want to? I don't know why, it just came over me. I was in the mood. Oh, paper, pot, tin pans, 2 liter, just whatever. Jug. Yeah, I'm in the mood, so I'm going to shoot whether you're here or not, okay? Got the Taurus G3C. You've been asking about it ever since we posted, pie jug, ever since we posted the Taurus 2C, right? G2C. And here it is, the G3C. So we'll talk about some of the differences that I'm aware of, that I remember, because I don't have the G2C with me. One of you, I guess, no? It's back at Bud's, wherever, okay? Yeah, one of y'all has it. Yeah, what am I thinking about? Okay, probably from the eGunner auction. So anyway, this is the G3C, and this is their newest compact pistol. You could say the smaller version of the G3, which we've also done. I guess we've been on kind of a Taurus train here lately in the last couple of months, partly because we just hadn't ever gotten around to the G2C or the G3. And now this just came out as I speak. So, and y'all been requesting it. You wondered why we hadn't done this one instead of the G2C. It's old story. It's an old hat, Well, we're just a little slow to getting around to things sometimes. In fact, I was cleaning my 1849 Colt pocket pistol here the other day. I happen to have it still out, and it occurred to me, yeah, we are late getting to things. We had not done the 1849 Colt pocket pistol, 31 caliber, yet until just about a week ago. And that makes us 170 years late on that. Okay, so if that's not evidence that we're not always the first, I don't know what is. 170 years. So at least we didn't take that long on the G3C, okay? But seriously, here we are again, and these are interesting firearms. Taurus seems to be doing better and in recent years, because this is, like I say, the third one we've done in this series, and we've yet to have a malfunction, all right? And Taurus has, they've had a spotty reputation in the past, let's be honest. But I'll tell you, these firearms have been working just fine. I do have negatives I always point out with them, but a lot of positives. So you can't hate that, at all. The more firearms out there, the better. I know some people will say, oh, they're late to the game. There's that phrase, right? There's already 10 pistols out there like that. So what? The more the merrier. Plus, most of them are not priced that reasonably, right? So there really aren't 10 pistols out there like that. And that's one of the claims to fame, that we always find ourselves using that line with Taurus. Good gun for the money. Well, that's it's kind of a dubious compliment, isn't it? Yeah, good gun for the money, It's like people say, about me. Guy does okay for an old man or something, or that car rides pretty well for a Dodge or for a Chevrolet or something, So you're never really sure whether it's a compliment or not. But as I think I said in the last video, the G2C video, that it's not maybe just a good gun for the money. It seems to be a pretty good gun, all right? And I won't besmirch any other firearms manufacturers today, but when you're talking about a firearm like this for a couple $150, $275, it's a real gun. It doesn't have some weird breakdown, mechanism or design. It's like it breaks down like a Glock or a M&P or all the others, the Rugers and everything. You grab it, hold down these two tabs. Does that look familiar? And it's a regular firearm. It's a very regular. It's a regular mainstream firearm, made like the rest of them, for the most part. And it's still I think MSRP is about 300, but probably you can buy them for 275. Now I don't know. We're in a weird time period right now in July 2020, but in normal circumstances, yeah, probably 250, 275, you know, for a firearm like this. And you know, that's hard to beat, hard to hate. All right, got my mags. So let's shoot it. A couple more times. Just 2 more shots, right? I do have 3 mags. It comes with 3 mags on top of that, you know, being a pretty good price. And just quickly before I shoot it again, some of the changes, the upgrades over the G2C, this is the G3C, they changed the sights out a little bit. You can drift the rear sight. It looks more like a Glock sight in a way, doesn't it? And it will take almost any Glock, any sight that a Glock will take, maybe the mainstream sights. Okay, so I think the other one wasn't as flexible in terms of sights. You got front serrations. You got the loaded chamber indicators. A little difference is visual. You don't have that. I think the other one had more like a Ruger type thing there. And it's got a safety if you want to use it. And let's see what else about the slide. You got the front serrations. Well, there's some other changes, and I'll talk about them after I shoot a little bit more. Like I told you, I'm in the mood to shoot. It's a beautiful evening. It's really hot and humid, but it's always hot and humid in Tennessee, you know, unless it's January. Yeah, that's about right. December or January. Well, let's just go shoot the gong with it. I don't know if I've done that yet. I guess I should put a round in the chamber. Almost can't hear it. I think I hit it a couple times. Try that red plate over there. Feels pretty good. A couple of 2-liter still standing. All right. Oh, Mr. Cowboy, you've not been Taurus yet. Cinder block. It has the second strike capability, you know, just like the other one. You can keep firing that firing pin. Did we shoot the paper? Yeah, we did. It's bowling pin ready. Can't beat that. A couple other things they improved. The trigger has a more flat, you know, that little trigger safety there. It's flat on this one. You can see it's wide. And you know, that's better for your finger. I still get a little bit of a, I don't know, it's not necessarily a pinch, but it's like my fingers crowded in there or something. Of course, I have to re-shoot so much more with my long fingers. So the trigger is supposed to be better. Now, let me talk about the trigger a little bit. I don't have the G2C to compare, but my impression of this firearm is, as I shoot it, the trigger is not as bad. You know, that's really my biggest complaint about the G2C and the G3. The trigger does break way back, okay? And something I don't like is my large hands. I'm always talking about that. This one is kind of the same, okay? But it's, for some reason, I can't put my finger on. I can't say with a confidence what it is, but the trigger doesn't seem as bad in that regard. I don't know if the grip is a little thicker, or it's just that design that feels a little bit better. But it breaks way back there for me, and you know, with my large hand, that's not nice for me. Now it has a nice reset. Look at this reset. Man, it's right there. It's just a short reset. Click, you know, right there. So, you know, if you're firing just fast and light, you want to work that reset and not, you know, bring the trigger all the way back out, probably, if you can do that. So, you know, it's just, you know, if you have regular sized hands, you would like this firearm. So the trigger is one improvement over the G2C, supposedly. I think the serial number is visible there on this one. It wasn't on it, perhaps. Grip texture is a little different. Thumb rest, they messed with some of that. They messed with some of that. Those things rarely ever fit me anyway. My thumb is way beyond the whatever thumb rest somebody wants to put in there. The finish on it's a Tennifer finish, and I think it was just a standard Parkerization or something on the G2C, so they've upgraded the finish on it. And you know, a lot of the other mainstream firearms, you know, some of those same characteristics. Change out the sights. You got more options on sights. You've got, I read the serrations might be a little deeper. I don't know. I don't have the other one, but the serrations feel great. Okay. Unlike Glock on their G Generation 5, they gone back to that slick slide, and you know, I just like this. You get a good bite. You get a good bite, so that's nice. That's a plus. The mag release is reversible, as I understand, and there's probably some other things I'm forgetting about. But you know, I just wanted to get a hold of this newest version of that G2C, you know, the G3C, and shoot it some. But I was pleasantly surprised by that firearm. Let me load these up one more time, and I'll let you get out of here. Nice pistol. Boy, again, as I say, for the money, and maybe for any money, it is a nice pistol. And it's kind of a budget pistol, but hey, it might be a great pistol for anybody. Okay, I just had a good experience. I've been shooting it for several days. John has fired it. We've not had a malfunction. So we're still malfunction free with any of these G-Series Tauruses, all right? And that's, of course, number one priority, because these are defensive pistols. They're not the type of pistol like a Colt Python that you buy to sit around and fondle and, you know, shine, that kind of thing. They're for defensive use, okay? They're tools, like a hammer, a wrench, and they've got to work. They've got to work. Their purpose is not to be pretty, and it is to function reliably, and they seem to do that. They really do. So I would, again, highly recommend when you're at rental ranges and around, or if you have a friend with any one of these, and you're looking for a handgun, maybe your first handgun, maybe your fourth, or you know, maybe your 100th handgun. Try it out. Try it out. You might like it. You know, even if you're not on a tight budget, you might have a purpose for one of these. You know, you might have a boat, a truck, and you want to be safe wherever you keep it. You know, we throw those terms around maybe a little too loosely. You have a great truck gun, great boat gun, great toolbox gun, or your four-wheeler gun, whatever. I mean, you want to have them secured where people don't have access, unauthorized people don't have access to them. Okay, that should go without without mention. But if you have another place for a firearm, you don't want an expensive firearm, you know, there, maybe this is it. Maybe it's it. So I tell you what, if as I said before, if I didn't have these long fingers and where that trigger breaks back there so far, I really couldn't say much negative about this firearm at all. They feel good. Now, this one, I will say, I hadn't talked about that yet. There's one negative, could be a negative. This is, I think of it in terms of like the SIG P365, the Hellcat, the new Springfield Hellcat, maybe some others. You know, it's fairly high capacity, 12 rounds. But now the one thing about it is you do have maybe one more round or two. But the 365 is almost 4 ounces lighter. Okay, it's thinner. Okay, it's a thinner pistol. Okay, you can tell. All right, it's a thinner pistol, and it's 3 or 4 ounces lighter. And same with the Hellcat. Okay, thinner pistol, a little bit lighter. There's not a lot of difference in the length, the grip, and the slide, but these are just lighter, a little handier, you know, if they're in your pocket and that kind of thing. And again, to show that, the 2 pocket holsters I use for each of those others, this one is a little thicker. I don't want to force it and spring my holster. See, it's just it's thicker, and you can tell by looking at it. It's a thicker gun, okay? And a little heavier, so the weight's in the slide. Now that makes it maybe sweeter to shoot, less recoil too, though, all right? So size comparison gives you a little bit of an idea there if you're comparing. Now, if you're trying to decide between an 1849 pocket pistol and one of these, there you got on the thickness and the weight's about the same. Just kidding. I couldn't resist. Sorry. Okay. One of these days I'll get serious, won't I? Okay, let's shoot a little bit more. What do you want me to shoot, huh? How about left hand? How about weak-handed? All right. See if we can get the malfunction. Maybe I can get it to limp wrist. Yeah, it didn't limp wrist yet. Let's let me throw a couple at the ram over there. The light is messing with us, but that'll give me an excuse for missing. Well, it's a ram killer on top of everything else. Can you believe that? I'll try the buffalo. Finally killed it. It's a buffalo hunter on top of that too. Boom. Got my ears in too tight. I'm having a hard time hearing the hits over there. All right. Okay. Well, let's just shoot the tree a little bit. Boom. Okay. Like the others, it's a good little shooter. And it's a nice shooting firearm, and I can't find any extreme negatives with it. I know we all probably, a lot of people get tired of hearing a lot of us saying over and over about how for the money, and then talking about the history of Taurus and that sort of thing. But it's just a fact of life. They have a spotty reputation in the past, but it appears to me that when they're pistols, they haven't done many Taurus revolvers lately, although we have one coming that I requested from Buds. But it appears to me there must be some truth to the fact that what we hear quite a lot these days, how Taurus has really improved their quality control and that kind of thing. There must be some truth to it. Oh, I can figure. The proof's in the pudding. We've not had one of these malfunction. 3 of these things, and shot them a fair amount. They feel good. They shoot fine. All the ergonomics, other than that trigger issue I have, they feel good. They feel better than a lot of pistols that you might pick up. That's just a fact. Okay. And as I said before, I think if that trigger broke where the Hellcat breaks, like up there, and I head down, I'd be maybe buying one of these myself. Okay, so I'm pleased. Yeah, I'm pleased to report that again, that seems to do really well. A little thicker, a little heavier, but not a lot, and it could be something right up your alley. So I would definitely try one out and shoot the thing. You don't have a lot to lose, do you? And if you really like it, like the trigger, the way it shoots, it's a good price on these things. Probably right now as I speak, there'd be some problem finding one quickly. I don't know. But anyway, the Taurus G3C, the MSRP is about $300, which means you probably find it for $275, maybe even $250. Someone has a big sale on them or whatever. And they hold 12 rounds in the mag, and you get 3 magazines come with this. So that's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting firearm. Glad to bring it to you, and glad you came out today. Hope you didn't get a lot of ticks, because they're really bad this year. So check your ankles, and hopefully you have all your blood. Life is good.
Oh yeah, that's better. This is a great gun for defense. Oh hey, didn't see you guys there. While I've got you here, I want to remind you of our friends over at Talon Grips and Ballistol. Talon Grips makes grips, can you believe it, for all different types of firearms. You can get rough texture or more of a rubberized texture. It just sticks right on there. You know, really affordable, really cool option to improve the grip for your handguns or rifles. So please check them out at talongungrips.com. You'll be glad you did. And also Ballistol. Dad has been using Ballistol for many years. It's a cleaner and a lubricant, and it's non-toxic. It works really great, and we're happy to have them on board since it's been a part of our shooting endeavor for a very long time. So go to ballistol.com, talongungrips.com. And also, while you're out there, I'm juggling all these things here. Also, while you're on the internet, please do check out our other social media like Hickok45 on Facebook. There's also Hickok45 on Twitter, The Real Hickok45 on Instagram. There's a John_Hickok45 on Instagram where I do some things. There's Hickok45.com. You can find us also on Gunstreamer. So check out all that stuff and then watch more videos.